Hello guys, welcome back in the series of online electronic shopping system using ASP.NET. This is part 25 and in previous video, that is part 24, we have seen how to display a wishlist product after user logs in. That means when the user logs in again, then he should see his or her product which is added in wishlist card should be present there. Okay, so now in today's video we are going to see uh, how to create a new page for product details. When the user click on particular image, that is a product image, when user click on it, it should redirect us to the details page of that particular product details. That means when the user click on suppose this image, okay, when the user click on this image, he or she should be redirected to product details page where he or she can find the details of this particular product only. Okay, so we are going to see that today. So guys, let's get started. So first of all, we need to create a new page. So I am going to create a new page with the name product details. So right click on your project name, click on add new item, web form. Now give your name for that web form. I'm giving product details page. Okay, so click on add. Now give your property inside the div tag. Align is equals to center, so that all the content inside the div tag should be aligned in center. Okay, now here we need to take a data list control for displaying the product details. Okay, that is the product name, image, price, descriptions. Okay, all that. So let's drag and drop data list control. So I have done double click on the data list control. So it has been added here. Now we want to give some property to it. Okay, let's go to the design page of it. In here item template, we have to take all the designs forms, like all the tags that we want to make it visible to the browser. All that stuff we have to add inside the item template. Okay, so let's suppose I am giving this text. Okay, you can see this the I given the text that is repeating multiple times. So now go to the source code here. inside the item template we have to take some code. Now after data list we have to take SQL data adapter, okay, for for connecting to the database and what data it should display in data list. Okay, for that purpose we have to take SQL data adapter. Sorry, SQL data source. Now go to the design page. Click on it. Configure data source. Right now it doesn't show any connection here, so I have to take new connection. Okay, here one connection is there, so I am using this one existing connection. If you don't find any connection here, you can choose a new connection. Okay, so my connection string will be this data source, that is dot backward slash SQL Express initial catalog shopping DB integrated security true. Okay, so next. Now here I have to select the table which table name I have to use here. So I have to use the product one table, that is for product. Okay, because I want to display the product details. Okay, uh, so what columns I need to display in product details, like I want product ID, because based on product ID the following product will go to display there. Okay, so product ID will be the main column here. After that it should display the product name, right, product description, product image, product price. We don't need product quantity and category and email also. So here we have got the select statement here. Select product ID, product name, product description, product image, product price from product one. Now we need to give here where condition as well, because we are going to get the ID of the product from the default page. That is the main page where all the product are present. Okay, when the user click on the particular product, then it should get the ID of that product, and while he come to this page, that is detail product details page, based on that product ID he will it will going to display that product details accordingly. Okay, so we need to take here where condition. Click on where. Now here we want to add here column. Which column? For that I have to do here, I want to select the product ID, because based on product ID it will go to we're going to display the product details, right? So product ID is equals to, here you have to select the operator, that means equal to, less than, greater than, less than, like that way. So I have to use here equal to, because product ID is equals to we have which data which is coming from source, which from which source I'm going to use the query string. So I am going to select the query string here. So here you can see the SQL expression here form, that is product ID is equals to product ID, which is going to get it from the query string. We have to define the query string field, that is the ID. I am going to get the query string of name ID. By there he will going to find the query string value and going to store in this product ID variable. Okay, if you want to give the default value for the query string, query string of id, then you can give here, but I am not going to use it here. So I am just clicking on add. Now you can see here the SQL expression product ID is equals to product ID. This is a column name product ID, and this is the value which is going to get it from the query string of ID. Okay, which is going to come from the previous page, that is our default page where all the list of products is being displayed. Okay, and the value for that product ID is going to get it from here from the query string. Okay, so click on OK here. Now you can see the select statement. Select product ID, product name, description, image, price from product 1, where product ID is equals to product ID, which is going to get it from the query string. Now this query will be going to get the details of the following product based on the product ID. Okay. Now click on next. If you want to test your query, just click on test query here. Now here you have to pass the ID of the product. So let's suppose if I am having the ID of product is 1, click on OK. It will going to display the product details of product 1 based on the product ID. So here product ID is 1, name, description, image and the price. That's all what we want to display in product description, right? So that's it here. Click on finish. Now let's see the code what we have taken inside this data list. In till item template we have seen, right? After that I just copy this code from div till here. Okay, so let's see what we have taken here. Inside the div tag I have taken the class container. It's a bootstrap class. Okay, after that inside the that div tag I have taken another div tag with the class name as row. Again this is a bootstrap class. In a bootstrap it row contains multiple columns. You can give multiple columns inside a row, but how many columns you can give? Only 12 columns you can give in a single row. Okay, now here I have taken another div tag with the class as column. Here col means column hyphen 12 hyphen lg, that is large, space another class that is empty, that is margin top hyphen 2. So I have taken here column 12, which is set for large screen. Okay, and I've taken here margin top, that is 2. It will going to take margin top 2 pixel here. So in bootstrap you can take up to 12 columns in a single row. It will start from 1 to 12. It's depend upon you how much space we want to allocate to a screen for display the particular content. And you can set the what screen size you want, on which screen size it would uh, change the screen content accordingly. That means it will act as a responsiveness. So here now I've used here for large. You can use extra large, you can use small or medium, extra small. You can define your own property, bootstrap properties can sorry bootstrap class can use here. Now after that I've taken another div tag the class as card. Again it's a bootstrap class card, that is predefined class present in bootstrap. I have given the style property with this width 28 RAM. Inside that div tag I have taken one image control. Okay, and given the class that is bootstrap class card image top. That means it will going to display the image inside the card, but in top side of the card it will going to display the image. Okay, after that what image it should display, that is going is binded to the database. It will going to come from database what image should bind here to display in this card. That means here in data list. Okay, after that if there is no image found, then it should display some text to the user. So I have given here product image. in alternate text property. So after that I've taken one div tag here with the class that is bootstrap class card hyphen body. So it will act the content inside this div tag as a card body. Okay, we have taken here card. Okay, bootstrap class card, and after that we have taken the image for the card, what image to display inside the card, and what body or content present inside the body we have taken here. And I have taken another class that is bg, that is background. It should be in dark color. After that I have taken here h5 control here with the class bootstrap class card title, card hyphen title. So here it will the content inside this h5 control, sorry, h5 tag, that is a header tag. Okay, so it will act as a title for the card, and it should be in white color. The text of the title title content in white color. Okay, so I have used two class. You can use in this way two class in the same class property. Okay, just have to give just you have to give the space in between. Okay, after that what content or what title is should going to display here in h5 tag. So it will going to bind from the database. It will going to come from the database, that is product name. Here it will bind product name from the database. After that in h6, that is header 6, I have given the class property, that is the bootstrap class I've taken here. Then again here same, I've taken the card title, that will that should be white color, and given here price, text as price, and after that the symbol of Indian currency, that is rupee. Okay, after that what value or price should be displayed for the particular product, it will going to bind from database. So after that I've taken here one p tag, that is a paragraph control. Inside I've taken again a class property, but here I've taken here the class that is bootstrap class card text, and it should be white color. So here we have taken the card title, that will going to act as the title of that card. Okay, now what text should this display, that means multiple lines for displaying the content in the card, we can use the card hyphen text class. Okay, here we need to display the description here inside this. So I've given the description as a text here. After that I've taken one break tag. In the new line it will going to display all the description of that particular product inside the our card, and our card is present inside our data list. Okay, so after that I've taken one button control with the css class, that is I've given the bootstrap class btn. Btn is a bootstrap class for button rule, for button. Okay, so space, I've taken another class, that is btn hyphen primary. It will going to give the button color primary. Here primary means here it will go to give a simple blue color to the button. Okay, after that, I have given the text as add card to the button, and in command argument, I have given the product ID, which is coming from the product one table. Okay, and command name I have given add to cart. After that here, so we have seen the code inside what we have taken inside the data list, and we have seen the SQL data source. The data should going to be come from here, from the SQL data source, and going to bind here in all the eval property. Okay, like say here image, product name, product price, product description, product ID, all going to bind here. Okay, which is coming from the SQL data source, based on what, based on the product ID, which is coming from query string from the default page. Okay, now what we want here, when the user click on the particular image, that then it should redirect user to the product details page, right? So that means we want this image should be clickable. Right now for now we have taken what here, only image here to display, that is we have taken the image control to display image. Right now we want to replace it with the image button so that it should be clickable. Okay, so let's see. uh, which page is there, that is default page where we want to change. Okay, so here can find, where is that product name, product image. Here we have taken the image control for displaying the image. Okay, so we want to replace it with the image button control. So I am just commenting this control, control KC, so it's get commented. Now I want to use, just stop the debug mode first. Now in toolbox I have to take, wait, now I have to take image button control. Double click on it. So we have taken image button control. Now we want to give some property to it, right? So let's say, let's take property from the previous image button control, image control, that is the border color, border width, image height, weight, image URL. Let's take all this property from the image and paste it in image button control. Now we have to give some more property to the image button. Let's see. So we have taken the border color, border width, height, width, image URL. Now we have left this part, that is the command name and the command argument. So what I've taken here, one image button control. I've just copied the all the property from the image control and pasted it here. Till here, it's a previous property that we have taken the image. After that, what we have added a new property here, that is a command name. I've given here command name as view product details, and in command argument, I've taken the product ID, which is going to come from the database. Now save it. So we have seen the design part. Now we want to see the .cs part for this, for particular default page where all the list of product is going to display. Okay, so when the image button is clicked, what action it should perform. Okay, so that we want to do it in .cs page. So press F7, it will redirect us to the default.axps.cs page. So here in data list item command, we have to give that code. Why data list item command? Because we have used here data list for displaying the images, all the product here inside the data list. So that's why in data list item command, we have to place the that code. We have used here data list for displaying the product. Okay, so in here the event of this data list, that is the item command, we have to give here. So already we have taken the uh, two things for, that is for wish list and that is for another one is for card. Now we want to take it for product details. So I have pasted here. So it will going to redirect the user to the product details page. So it will going to take here, that is the command name that we have specified here inside the default.xps page. Here in image button we have taken here command name, okay, that is the view product details. So it will going to find that or match that the command name is same to the view product details. If it matches, then it will going to this execute this code, that is response dot redirect. It will, that means it will going to redirect the user to the product details page. Now here you can see I have used the query string, that is the question mark, the denotation of the query string. Now what name of I have a property I have given to the query string, that is the ID. The with the name of ID of query string I have given here, and equal to, and what value should contain here, it will go to take from the command argument, that is the, it will command argument which is coming from, let's see here in default.xps. Here we have taken the command argument as well, okay, and what value is coming from the command argument, that is the product ID. When the following particular product is clicked, okay, the image button of product is clicked, that at that time it will going to take the ID of that particular product from here inside the command argument and pass it to here to this command argument, okay, and it will take the id of that id is equals to the selected product id, okay, and it will going to pass this id to the next page, that is a product details page, through the query string. So we have seen here, okay, so on clicking of the particular image, it should redirect to the product details page. That part is over, okay. Now we want to see the cs page for the product details. We haven't seen that, okay, press F7, it will take us to there. Here now when the page is loaded, okay, what that time we have to do, okay. Okay, so here in page load event, I have taken here that it will check that yeah, not is post back. That means the page is loaded for the very first time. That means no event occurred, or any post request has been posted to the server. Okay, so it will check that, and if it find nothing and if request is posted to the server, then it will execute this part. It will go to inside that, it will go to check that if the query string request.query string, which is of name id, if it is null, we have passed the id, okay, from the previous page, that is the default page, all right. You can see here we have passed the id in the query string form, okay. So it will take the id. Suppose in case if it didn't find the id here, so it will going to check here, if the id is equals to null, then it will going to redirect the user to the default page again, where he came from or she came from, that following page. It will redirect back to again that page, okay. So I think it should work now. So let's run our project and see. So let's log in first. Now, if you notice here, when we hover on the product image, the the cursor of mouse is changed. At starting it is the arrow, when we place the cursor on the image, it changes to hand. That is a clickable hand. Okay, that means we can click on the product image right now. Okay, so just click on it. It will take us to this page, that is the product details page, and it will take the ID of that product, which product is been selected, and based on that ID it will going to display the content here, that is the product details here. Okay, but it doesn't display any content for that product. So let's see why the content is not displayed here. I think I have not given the bootstrap link here. Okay, so that's why it's uh, happening like this way. Okay, so let's see. So let's give the bootstrap link here to the product details page. So in browser search for bootstrap, get bootstrap. So open the first link. You can find the bootstrap link from here, copy from here and paste it here. So we can remove this part, that is from integrity till the end. So we have linked the bootstrap class link here. Okay, now let's save and run it. Click on the image. Again it's not displaying anything here. Here inside the div, it's not displaying any control here. Okay, so let's see. So in the for product details page, inside the div tag, we have taken the data list control. So why it's not displaying? No, it's taking the content that I've given here. It's my name Anil. Then why it's not taking the that control, data list control here? Let's add debug point here. Click on the product image, press F10. So here it will, okay, here it works here. When it comes here, you don't find any controls to display anything here inside this page. Don't know why it's doing like this way. Okay, let's see. Checking all the content that I'm giving now, but doesn't take any content control that we have provided previous. Don't know why. Okay. Here displayed here the content properly and taken the bootstrap classes also here. I don't know why this displaying in the design page. So I've removed all the content inside this from this page, that is the product details page. Now again I'm going to take the data list control. After that I'm going to take the SQL data source. Go to design page, configure data source for SQL data source. Select the connection string here. Click on next. Select the table name, that is product one table. In my case, which columns you want to display? I want to display product ID, product name, description, image, price. That's it. Now you have to take your where clause also. Which column I want to take? Product ID. The source I have to take query string, and here the name of the query string that is I'm using here I have to take, that is ID. Click on add. Okay. So you can see the query has been formed, that is select query. Click on next. You want to test, give the product ID 1. We're going to display the value for that product. Okay, so query is working fine. Okay, click on finish. Now we want to attach this data source, SQL data source, to this data list. Select data source 1. So here now click on edit template. Okay, now I got it. In previous case I haven't bind the SQL data source to this control. Okay, so that's why. So just remove all this content from the item template, because we are going to place our own content inside this. Okay, so I have removed all the content from here. Now I want to place my own content inside this item template. So I am pasting my content here inside the item template which we have seen earlier. Okay, so now it should work. Okay, so let's save it and run it. Let's log in. Click on the image, remove the uh, breakpoint, click on continue. So now you can see our product details is being now displayed here. So this is a card which we have taken inside the bootstrap, and first we have taken the image that is at the top. Okay, so it's displayed the image first, then we have taken the card title which is in bold. Okay, again I have taken here bootstrap that is for card title. Okay, after that I have taken here that is card text, and that I have taken the button control here. So this is a bootstrap button. All these bootstrap classes we have used for this page. Okay, so based on the product id change, it will going to display the product. Okay, so let's see. Given the one, it will going to change accordingly. Okay, now I want to give some shadow to this card. Okay, for that, uh, having the code here, go to the product details XPS page where you have pasted the bootstrap link. Right after that, just place the this CSS class. Okay, CSS property for this. So in style I have taken the dot card colon hover. That means I've given the CSS property for the class card, that is dot card. Okay, and when it is the hover on the card, then it will going to put box shadow on the our product details page. Okay, so let's save it and refresh the browser page. Now you will find the shadow around this, where when you hover on the product image, product details image, the on the card, that is a bootstrap card, right? So you can find the shadow just uh, around the card. Okay, so it's look good, right? So it's work as expected. Now when the user click on this add card button, what should happen? Right now it's not doing nothing, right? What should happen when the user click on add to cart button? It should be added into the cart page, right? So for that, we have to give code here. So just stop the debug of proceed and go to the data list here. Go to design here, click on here, and not here, sorry. Just select the data list control and go to the properties of it, and here event, just click on double click on this item command. So this item command will going to generate on the .cs page. You can see here, so our event has been created here. Now we have to add the code here. see here what I've taken here. I have taken the session of name add product is equals to true. After that, here it will check that the command name is equal to add card. Now from where it will go to find this command name from here. Uh, from here in the design page of this product details page, if you notice, we have already seen that here in button, the button that is add cart button we have taken, right? In there we have given the command name add to cart, so it will find the command name from there. If it is matched, then it will redirect the user to the add to cart page with the ID. What ID is going to take? That is the ID of that selected product, which is going to be added, going to add in the cart, right? And for the cart page, we have taken the two query string, that is the ID and the quantity. So we have to define the quantity as well here. So it's by default there is only one product, right? Of only one quantity of that product which that we are going to add in the cart, right? So that's why we have to give here quantity is equals to 1. So let's debug here, put a breakpoint here, and now run our project. Let's log in. Now click on the product image. Now click on add cart, press F10. Now it will take us to the add to cart page. And then, okay, let's continue. Here in add to cart, can see our newly product has been added. So let me remove and show you again. Now there is no product present in cart. Okay, so now when I click on add cart, the product has been added in the add to cart. You can see here one quantity is displaying here, that is that product that we have now added in cart. So in this manner, or in this way, we have seen all the what you can say functionality that an online shopping should contain, right? Now it's up to you what you want to add an extra feature, extra functionality in your project. You can add accordingly. Uh, if you have reached till this part, then you have got many ideas to do what you want. Still, if you got stuck or find any difficulty or need some help in your project, then contact me on my Telegram group. If I am free, I will definitely going to help you. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching.